And we are
Snap is back, kick is up, and it's going to be off to the right, no good. 6:30 left here, first quarter. Broncos take a 6.
and we are back. We do apologize for the technical difficulty. However, Broncos just got on the on the board with a touchdown pass, and they actually lead with a missed extra point. They lead 6-0. What did you think on that play as we were getting back to?
It looked like I was trying to look at when we was back getting on live, but it looked like the Cobras was set up in a cover 2, and the dude run a post, and it was a broken play, honestly, too. And he got hit on the play. It was a wobbly ball, but it got there. So,
It was, and that is the beauty of the Broncos' offense is if everything goes right, points are on the board, and that's what just happened for the Broncos. So here we are at a 6-0 lead for the Broncos. As we get ready for kickoff.
From the break here, 6:30 left here, first quarter. Broncos take a 6-0 lead by way of a 31.
6 minutes, 30 seconds to go and counting.
Touchdown. 6-0 is your score, Shropshire. The extra point to the right. We will get to see the Cleveland Cobras return team again here. Will be the deepest man back there. He'll post up right around his own 9-yard.
Will Shropshire will be on the kickoff.
Shropshire that will kick off. Shropshire, most to us, former Ohio Gladiator. This ball going to be a
Line drive kick bounces inside the 10, and it actually goes out of bounds.
Fortunately,
Look like it'll be a legal procedure.
out of bounds, so we'll get the flag. Cleveland will get good field position to start.
the Cleveland Broncos are extremely lucky that play because that ball did not go out of bounds.
First quarter.
That would have been a recovery for the Broncos right there. I do not know what the returner for the Cobras was thinking right there, but that was real dangerous of a play.
It was dangerous, but it'll luck out for the Cobras as they will get decent field position.
Underway here early. The Ohio Patriots and Stark County Wolfpack. Youngstown Patricians and the Washington Bulldogs. Brookfield High School in Trumbull County. In fact, Dave Ferris just sending me an update. Bulldogs lead 14-0 at the half.
So first down and 10, ball will be spotted at the 40 of the Cobras. Can the Cobras bounce back from that first drive? TJ Johnson running people over. Gets maybe one on the play. It'll be second down and 9. We're going to give him 2, so second down and 8.
Johnson right there turned a bunch of nothing into something right there. That was a good run for Johnson right there. Cobras need to get a little more push for the offensive line right there, though.
Second down. Trips to the top of your screen. Now it's 2-by-2. Fakes the handoff. Short pass caught. Gets outside. Gets the first down, and that is Boyd on the first down.
First down for Cleveland. Just about 5.5 minutes to play here in the first frame.
The Cobras right there getting some RPO action in. A lot of short routes I remember them doing last year that worked out really good in their favor. Let's see if the Cobras can keep attacking the short field.
You know what? You bring up an excellent point because we did see that a lot last year in a lot of Cobras games, and it did work out. So first and 10, ball in plus territory at the Bronco 45. Thompson takes the snap, hands it off. Johnson gets about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Johnson tripped up right there. Looked like he had a lot of room in front of him, a lot of green.
So they're going to give him 3, so second down and 7.
territory. Mark it at the 42. England Lloyd, the two receivers to the left of Thompson.
Even set for the Cobras.
The two receivers to the near side. Second down now for Cleveland. Thompson with the hard count again. He'll send Wise in motion from right to left.
Thompson
Pump fake. Looking down.
drops. He's got a man open. It is caught.
31. Wise.
First down, Matt Wise.
He's saying it was out of bounds.
A few more yards, but
Looks like he said he was out of bounds.
Wow. So a turn of events brings up third down.
If Thompson's able to get a little more arm on that and put him in a stride, that would have been a touchdown right there.
And that is exactly what we thought was going to happen.
When I saw him broke free down the sideline, it was a 5-yard out and up. It was a perfectly ran route right there too.
Well, now we're looking at a third down.
receivers 2 by 2. With the hard count, trying to draw.
Thompson with a hard count.
Back there after a few adjustments, wait for the snap again. To watch the play.
Thompson takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson goes around the edge. He may get the first down. He does.
Out to the Cleveland sideline, and it's a first down.
And the Cobras keep the drive alive. So first down and 10.
Robinson on the carry here, so number 8, but
New life for the Cobras.
That was a smart run right there. He went to the right side of the field. Nothing was there. He cut it back to the left, brought it upfield, got a first down. Great execution by the running back right there.
Conley and Wise, twin receivers to the near side.
First and 10.
Receivers to the far side. England to the outside. Ford in the backfield. To the left of Thompson.
Thompson takes the snap,
Looking out to
looks,
the left,
throws it short. It is caught. And that one's going to be, this one's going to actually be inbounds.
Fingertips.
Gets about 6 on that play, so it'll be second down and 4.
And I like that right there by the Cobras. Keep attacking the short fields. That's what you guys do best. Attack the short field and then run the ball. Keep them on their toes. The Cobras is running a very effective offensive possession right here. This is what you want if you're the Cleveland Cobras.
2.5 minutes left here. First right. Broncos with a 6-0
2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, as you heard over our partners at Western Reserve. Second down and 4.
Single high safety for the Broncos. Thompson waiting for the snap. Three receivers to his left. Flip forward from his left, tip to his right. Single receiver to the near side.
Thompson
Back
drops
pass.
back, looks, throws it deep.
Downfield.
He's got him, man.
Conley,
And it's
through
go
his
right through his fingers, incomplete.
That's going to bring up a third down for the Cobras.
That was the best pass by Thompson he threw all day today.
First quarter.
And it was dropped. I know both players right there wish they could have got that back right there.
It went through the hands of
Perfectly placed ball. Just went right through the hands of the Broncos. Receiving crew, another drop.
Unfortunately,
visiting team.
it's going to be a situation where, is this 4-down territory if you're the Cobras, or do you take a chance with your kicker?
Receivers 2 by 2 again. Under 2 minutes to
It
play
was a
here.
good
First
manageable
quarter.
third down for them, especially with them being very effective on short yardage plays.
Third down and 4. Thompson fakes the handoff, tunnel screen,
I believe that's going to be McDonald that he's going to hit.
and he is hit and brought down.
To the line.
And now it is 4th down.
Antonio Boyd on the reception.
So do we look at a field goal situation, or are the Cobras going to go for it?
Looks like they're going.
Well, we have a Ben Lyons sighting.
Ben Lyons is a great kicker. He's been a great asset for the Cobras.
Actually, they are
Ben
bringing him out
Lyons
here.
will come on to attempt a field goal.
And that is where
And Joe Barrico will come in the hole.
we will see our first field goal of the game.
Here, first quarter.
35-yard field goal.
35-yard field goal attempt to cut the lead from 6 to 3.
Last week, 3 for 3 on extra points. Also adding a 36-yard field goal. Lions will try to line this up. Cleveland shuffling one more player on here. 44 seconds ago. frame. Rico, look for the snap. Lions.
Snap.
With the
Kicks
kick attempt.
away.
This one's gonna
And
be
it's
low.
low and no good.
And that'll be a turnover on downs.
I think it might have been a tip originally at the line. It looked like from the trajectory of the ball. Or he just did not get enough leg under it.
Looked like from where we were looking, not a lot of leg on that. But the drive ends with 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
If I'm the Cobras right there, I want to be that discouraged right there. You get no points out of there, but you know you can drive the ball on this team. You got the confidence that you can, and you got the confidence that you can strike on this team because you know you had a touchdown there, and you know you can drive the ball on this Broncos defense. So that at least instills some type of confidence for this Cobras offense going on in this game.
And that is where we have to agree on something, because right about now, outside of a busted play, it is dead even. And because of the busted play, if there isn't the busted play for the Cobras, we probably are still looking at a 0-0 score. So 1st and 10 for the Broncos, pistol formation. Takes the snap, hands it off, reverse. Does he have some room? He does. Can he get away from any more defenders? And he gets out to the 40-yard line, so that'll be a first down for the Broncos.
A 20-yard play right there.
And realistically, you thought the Cobras had that blocked in.
Even after the reverse, it looked a little blocked in, but right there, what a play from the receiver from the Broncos right there. Finding a way out of madness. There was a bunch of fire. There was a lot of chaos going right there, but he turned a lot of chaos into a lot of yards right there.
And we hit double zeros on the clock, so that is the end of the first quarter. Broncos lead 6-0, but again, it is anybody's game. Still not a lot of football left. We're going to switch sides of the field and be right back. You are watching Pro Advancement Football. Battle for Cleveland, Cobras versus Broncos here on the 216 Sports Network.
Are you ready for a snack or a treat that satisfies that sweet tooth? Well, Clarice's Confections has what you need. All her treats are custom made and centered around your taste buds' desires. Place your orders now by emailing her at sweetsbycarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network.
We flip sides of the field, and it is 1st and 10 actually for the Broncos. Now it is empty set. Drops back, looks, throws over the middle, almost intercepted, but bounces incomplete.
Great coverage right there from the Cobras. They was all over that ball. A potential pick right there. Great
2nd down.
possession.
Now, do we see any pressure on the quarterback to where he makes a bad decision, or are the Cobras going to play it safe?
I would send some pressure because it looked like that the Broncos wants to throw the ball. It looked like they want to attack the field with passing. So if I'm the Cobras, yes.
2nd down, trips for the Broncos. Stewball hands it off. Hitting the backfield. Great tackle. Hodges on the tackle.
That defensive line right there for the Cobras, what we just keep talking about, the Cobras defensive line, it's going to have to be so good this game, and they have the possibility to do that too.
3rd down and 13, a 3-yard loss on the play.
Celebration last week.
And the Cobras call their first time out. 3rd down. take a timeout with them with 13:53 officially. We'll be right back after the timeout. You're watching Broncos Cobras here on the 216 Sports Network.
If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory. Are you a team looking for a new look on the sideline this season? A company looking for a more casual look? Or just trying to introduce something new to your closet space? TGBG is the brand for you. Jackets, polos, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG has the clothing you need to serve a purpose for every occasion. To place your orders, contact them on Facebook.
Back after the Cobra timeout. 3rd down and 13 for the Broncos.
3rd and 13 for the Broncos. Ball at their own 37-yard line.
Quarterback takes a snap, rolls out, trying to find somewhere to throw. Hit from behind! Ball comes loose!
Little John's there, can't get to it. And I believe the
Broncos look like they recover. However, it's 4th down. You were right about that pressure, Jacob. Hit from behind.
I was just saying about that pressure. If they're going to keep throwing the ball, making the quarterback and the quarterback for the Broncos has a tendency of holding on the ball too long if he doesn't see a receiver. And as a former quarterback, that's a hit that you do not want to take. He did not see the back end right there, and he was holding the ball for a little too long and trying to make a play. He should have just threw it away because stuff like that can happen. And I can tell you from experience, that right there hurts. Getting hit blindly from the back is not nothing fun. He might not feel it fully right now, but he definitely will feel that tomorrow when he wakes up.
I have to tend to agree with you on that because we did not see the defender until the last second. And that was ugly on our end, so I can just imagine how it felt on the field. Nevertheless, 4th down and 25. Will Shropshire will be the punter.
I would try to block these punts. So heavy. They have one man standing back there for help.
Kicks away. Will's got a good leg. Takes a bounce. But the Cobras will have decent field position. Ball will be at the 34. We are looking for the Cobras to at least complete a drive.
Last drive should give them full potential for this drive. They should be locked in and loaded for this. Look like Broncos are sending someone out there with no leg pads.
Not uncommon at this level.
And Wise will be the twin receivers to the far side. 2 receivers to the near side. Thompson in the shotgun.
1st and 10 Cobras. All on their own 34. Thompson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back the pass. He looks, he throws. It is caught, and that will be a 1st down for the Cobras.
Good ball right there from Thompson on the 10-yard curl.
And you mentioned earlier, short game might be their best friend as you see the ticker across the top of your screen. Games going on and will be going on tonight.
So far, Broncos scoring on a broken play, 31 yards.
Thompson 1st and 10, 4 wide receivers.
Slot on the left side.
Takes the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Hit from behind, well, hit in the backfield. Can he get to the edge? He does, but he just might get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it.
Broncos doing a good job stringing it out.
little jawling going on out there.
Well, it's to be expected. Is everybody knows everybody here in this rivalry, so don't expect any niceness.
That play could have been disaster. Good job on number 3 for the Cobras right there, able to get to at least the line of scrimmage because that had the potential to be a 5 to 7 yard loss right there.
Just under 11 minutes to play.
Well, second down and 10.
To the far side. Receivers to the near side. That'll be short side of the field. It's Thompson. Make some adjustments here with his running back to the right. Shotgun, second and 10. Over 45-yard line. Thompson. Back to pass. Stepping up.
Thompson's under pressure, trying to get away, but he's hit at the knees and cut down.
On the play. Maybe a yard.
You're going to say he lost a yard, but it brings up third down and 11.
Looked like they was trying to attack the downfield right there. Wasn't nobody open. Thompson tried to get mobile on the play. Good on the Broncos for crashing in, not letting Thompson get out that pocket.
11 Cobras working right to left. Devices, 3 receivers to the right.
Third down and 11.
Angelo Thompson, single receiver to the near side.
Thompson one back in the backfield.
Running back and
And there will be a penalty.
I think we're going to get a flag here. It looked like the Broncos made the call instead of the line judge.
Thompson is too good for his own good right there with them hard counts and got his own team right there with them hard counts. He got the Broncos twice earlier in the game and now right there getting his own team right there.
We did say Thompson was a master of the hard count, so you see it. He can get you on both ways, so it
Too
could be
good for his own good.
it could be your own teammate that gets you a penalty. And we're gonna say third down and 16 now.
Broncos defense, the Cheney High graduate. Husker reserve skirts, 3 receivers to the right of Thompson this time. And Broncos.
And the Broncos call a timeout.
Left here, second quarter. Broncos with a 6-0 lead.
Interesting time to call a timeout.
Football here.
Want to make sure everyone's set. We got the right personnel out there for a third and long.
Well, we will take a quick timeout with them as well. We're watching PAFL football. Broncos, Cobras here on the 216 Sports Network.
Are you a team looking for a new look on the sideline this season? A company looking for a more casual look? Or just trying to your closet for you? Jackets, polos, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG has the clothing you need to serve a purpose for every occasion. To place your orders, contact them on Facebook and Instagram. Check out their website at www.tgbgbrand.com. Email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or call them at 440-470-4234. TGBG is also the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory.
Back after the Broncos timeout. Here we are.
9-12 left here, second quarter. Cobras trail 6-0.
Third down and 16 is the call.
Receivers to the right of Thompson. Angelo Thompson will be the single receiver. Broncos sideline. Hunley, outside receiver to the trio. To our far side. Thompson with the hard count.
And another penalty.
Got his teammate again.
I'm pretty sure they just talked about that.
Yeah, I don't think it's unnecessary of him getting his own team right there. I honestly think that the receiver right there thought it was on one because he shot out into his route immediately as he said go on the first count. You're shooting out like that, you believe that was the call.
Arguably so, but the problem with that is now you have a situation where it backs you up, and not only that, what play do you have for 3rd and 21?
A short route, and hopefully it gets downfield.
Ball clock will start on the snap. Thompson takes the snap, drops back, throws, tip, and almost intercepted. Sturdivant, the intended receiver on that, but it'll be 4th down.
Punt this one away.
And the drive stalls again.
Quarter.
And because of
6-0 deficit.
false starts,
Broncos.
they need a good punt here. Because if they don't get a good punt here, that would set the Broncos up to get in a good position to get a field goal or a touchdown. But they can put points on the board. So Cobras going to need a good punt here.
Since then, it has been a stalemate between these two. Back to return, I believe. It's going to be Sean Evans. Bronco defense last week. Henderson, Levi D, both with pick sixes.
Rugby style punter. Cooper hit from behind. And you were right. They went after it. And the Broncos now have good field position.
I honestly thought he had a chance to punt it there, but I think it's very scared that he's going to get blocked. And if you're a coach there, you want to tell your kicker to still punt that, at least try. Because you're not outrunning them. So
You're absolutely right on that.
punt that right there. You would tell your punter, I would think everyone coaches different. You might tell them, if you know it's going to get blocked, they might be able to return it for a touchdown there. But either way, I think he had a slight opportunity, but I think he got discouraged when he saw so many Broncos jerseys. It wasn't just one; it was like 4 Broncos jerseys coming after him. So I think that discouraged him and made him just run out.
And this is the downside of the punting game for the Cobras. Is now you give the Broncos the ball at the 20.
Henderson on a read, and Broncos will fight forward for a pickup of about 3 on the play.
It'll be 2nd down and about 7 as a gain of 3.
We have a new quarterback coming in this possession. That might be from the hit from the last possession.
You might be right. We'll get an update on that quarterback as soon as we possibly can.
Run here, still 8:25 left here, second quarter. Second and 7 now, ball. Over 17-yard line. Empty backfield.
Empty set for the Broncos. Keeps it. Looking for the outside. Tries to lower his shoulder. He's pushed back, loses his head, and then finally thrown down. And there's where the chippiness comes in.
I see the idea for the Broncos right there. They got a bigger quarterback in right now. Want to run him the ball. Not mad at that play right there, but you do want to get your players out of a scuffle, especially after what happened last week. Looks like the original quarterback may have came back in.
3rd down and 9 as he loses 1 or 2 on that.
14-0 lead over the Steel City Bobcats. Second quarter. See ball back at the quarterback position. This time you want Shropshire to his right. This time you motion from right to left. Single receiver to the far side.
Takes the snap. He's under pressure. He might want to get away. Tripped up from behind. Loses the ball. And it's recovered by the Broncos.
That is now 2 fumbles from the Broncos that has not been recovered from the defense. 2 times they have been lucky. That defensive pressure right there, the Broncos quarterback holding the ball for a little too long again. Like I said the last possession, he needs to get that ball out. If your options are not there, don't try to be Superman because you're going to get yourself hurt. Your offensive line is holding them up for at least 3 seconds. You can't expect much longer than 3 seconds there. And he's holding the ball for a little too long. He needs to throw that ball away or he's going to hurt himself.
And the Cobras will take another timeout. We will take another timeout with them. You are watching Broncos Cobras here on the 216 Sports Network.
Are you looking to change up your everyday look? Have a sports team or just want something casual to wear for the night? TGBG Apparel is here for you. From athletic wear to something nice to go with your outfit, TGBG has what you need. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG will get you right for the night and at an affordable price. To place your orders, email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or head on over to tgbgbrand.com now. To God be the glory.
Back after the timeout, as you saw across our ticker, Rapids over the Steel City Bobcats, 14-0 here in the second quarter for them as well. Fourth down and 15. The name of our marquee podcast show on the network.
Back to pass, slips, steps up, finds some room to run,
and the Cobras will get a turnover on downs.
That Cobra defensive line is not letting that quarterback get out the pocket. I don't know if it was something before the game that was said to them, but they are not letting the Broncos quarterback run at all.
So Sewell, who was at quarterback, gets sacked essentially.
The Cobras defense is hoping to spark some life into this offense right here to go put some points on the board.
6:10 to go. And you're right. The defense has been holding on for the Cobras. The problem is when the Cobras do get a good drive going, it stalls out. Hopefully this drive, it'll be different.
Shotgun, he'll go 2-by-2. Back to his right.
Thompson hands it off. He is hit and then pushed back. May have gotten one on that play.
6-minute mark of the second quarter. 6-0 lead.
It'll be second down. They say he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second down and 10. Rapids and Bobcats, interesting playing over at Roy Kidd Field, the old JFK Stadium.
Second and 10 now for the Cobras.
We'll keep an eye on more scores as we get them in.
Short side of the field. Outside receiver.
Thompson takes a snap, drops back, he looks, throws, tipped and almost intercepted. He had a receiver. And that'll bring up third down.
I think the Cobras are getting away from what they was doing in the original game. I think they've been trying to pass the ball a little bit too downfield since that costly drop in the end zone. And I don't know if that's best for them right now. I think they need to keep attacking the short field and keep pushing that drive forward and forward and forward. But now in the third and long, you have to pass the ball 10-plus yards or so, possibly.
You're right, Jacob. The short game was working. And I honestly don't know why they went away from it.
Back in the shotgun, he'll send those three receivers to the left again. With the outside receiver, followed by Wise and Hunley. Ford to his right. Will be the single receiver to the far side. Hard count by Thompson.
Thompson takes the snap, drops back, throws across the middle, almost intercepted again. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Boyd coming across the middle. Couldn't time it up. Clock will stop at 4:31.
Another stalled out possession for the Cobras right there. Their defense has to get a stop right here to get this game to stay at a 6-0 deficit.
Can the Cobras get this punt away?
That is the question.
Beat me to it, because that was going to be my question to you. If the Cobras can get this punt away, can they keep the Broncos out of the end zone? Looks like both defenses have settled in.
If I'm the Cobras coaching staff here, I'm telling you, can just get it past the 50-yard line.
It's not a hard task. Low snap, kicks away. It does go over the 50, takes a bounce.
Good bounce.
And picked up at the 35.
Makes a move.
That's 35, 40.
Out to the 40. Loses the ball. Cobras say they have it.
Cobras point the other way. We'll see what the
That is a
officials have to
fumble.
say if
That
they
is a
agree.
fumble.
And if
Cobras
so,
say they have it. And it looks like they will have it.
well, bodies come together. Cobras with the ball now.
Looks
we're
like
gonna
there
have
is
a
a
dead ball
flag.
foul.
And there is a thrown flag.
That will probably be on the Cobras sideline right there.
Back judge.
Way too many people on the field. More than 11.
3:36 left here, second quarter.
But the Broncos punt receiver right there was doing did too much in my opinion. You saw a whole bunch of green jerseys. I know you do want to get a good play there, but if it's not there, you're playing a team sport. Do what's best for the team. Get down. There was nothing gonna be good from that play. There was 5 Cobras there. As a kick returner, you know the play. You know that we sent the full house. You know we're not sending no one back. So you know if we don't block this punt, that it's gonna come to me. And if I get the ball, I'm gonna see nothing but the opposing team's jerseys right there. And that's what happened. And he tried to do too much with nothing, and it did not work out right there for him.
And because of the pen, it is Cobras football, but because of the penalty, it's backed up to the Cobras 40, where they would have had great field position. Now they have to start. Well, it was a dead ball in the 15-yard penalty.
6-0 your score.
It ought to be 20 yards.
Broncos with the lead.
Try to get an explanation on that one. But for right now, it's 1st and 10 for the Cobras.
Excuse me, that will at the running back position.
Thompson,
Quick pass.
screen pass.
Gotta be Wise. Looking for the outside.
Wise, flag on the play,
Gets to the 40,
and he is blasted out of bounds. But again, a penalty on the play.
Broncos sideline.
I'm going to say holding against the Cobras.
I don't know if I like that penalty. He did have him for a second, but he put his hands in the air and he walked away. You know, that's real ticky-tacky, and I know if you're the Cobras right there, you're telling the ref, call it both ways like that, because that was real ticky-tacky right there.
Agreed.
He ran and showed him off, and he put his hands in the air, and he didn't really hold him.
Agreed. But again, we are in the press box, so we're not up to challenge those plays.
They will spot the ball at the 30-yard line. Cobras will have to get to midfield with the line to
It's
gain.
now a 1st and 20.
6-0 lead.
.235 to go and counting as we get our clock on our scoreboard situated.
Tight end Hunley to the near side. Hunley
Cobras have to get this drive keep this drive from stalling.
to count.
Thompson
Quick pass, shoulder fake.
throws, got him, man. Caught, it's dropped,
51-yard line.
and then there's a flag.
Coming up, they'll get
For a late hit. They
Rightfully
go
so.
back.
shot.
But if you're the Cobras receiving crew, you have to lock in on these passes. That is another drop play that for a lot of yardage, and the Cobras receivers need to lock in on this ball. It's a real sunny day. I'm not out there. The sun could be in the receiver's eyes, but you got to lock in on this football now, because at this point you are losing a lot of yardage, and it's hurting the team at this point. It's not just 1 or 2 times. This is 4 or 5 times at this point where drop plays has hurt them. And if you're the Cobras, you need to lock in on that ball.
Agreed. And with that, this is something that the Cobras have to address at halftime. Broncos start with the ball to start the second half. So this is something that they're going to have to get together. If they can get this drive to stay alive, this will be something to be talked about.
2:15 to go here.
It was a dead ball foul, so the ball is now spotted at the 45.
Yeah, first and 10.
Thompson this time.
First down, Cobras.
Receiver to the near side.
Sends a man in motion.
Running back, he'll get the ball, try to work to the outside, and he'll try to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now.
He does get back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still be 2nd down. And we will actually reach the 2-minute warning.
Last week we played on.
We will stick with the 2-minute warning here. Halftime is going to be very interesting for both teams, as both teams looking to up their position in both tiers. Broncos playing in Tier 3, which is 3A. Cobras in Tier 2. And this is going to be something for national implications. It's going to be big. This is one of those games, folks. We said it was going to be defensive, and here it is. You're seeing it.
Second and 10 for the Cobras at their own 45-yard line. 1:59 to go here, first half. Broncos.
2nd down and 10.
Thompson in the shotgun.
Conley,
To his left, he'll move it back.
the setback.
2 by 2. More still in that center, waiting for the snap. Wait for the count.
Flag on the play.
May have moved.
They're going to say the Broncos, but they're calling a false start against the Cobras.
From my first side of view, it looked like the Broncos, but
I would say the same thing, but again, our time on the field is over with. Penalties have been the kryptonite for the Cobras this game.
yeah, a lot of penalties pushing them back in these possessions.
In the first half. Drive head coach.
Let's see what the Cobras can do on this 2-minute drill.
2nd down and 15. Thompson
Quick pass out to the
knocks the screen pass, gets knocked away. It's incomplete.
going to get it, but they're going to say incomplete forward pass.
It was a forward pass. Incomplete, but it brings up 3rd down.
40-yard line.
Gotta hand that ball
45.
right there. That was a great play from the defense of the Broncos. He knew that they've been going short the whole game. He probably had a feeling, or he saw that set out there before on the field, and he instantly knew.
More scores coming up here. Cleveland Guardians 3-1 lead, bottom of the 6th. Detroit Tigers.
Cobras have to get a 1st down at the 45 of the Broncos in order for this drive to stay alive. Thompson takes the snap. Throws. Got a man. It is caught. That is Tyree Knight.
Thompson made the right read right there. He had one player going downfield. The corner kept on that receiver on the outside, and he hit the right man right there. And that was a good read by Thompson, and a nice ball and a nice catch right there.
And it'll be 4th down and about 6. And it looks like the Cobras are going to punt. Can't say I disagree with that call, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I can't say I disagree either right here. You do not want to give this team little field position, especially with the time on this. You want to get this game into 6-0 going into halftime. You will live with that if you're the Cobras, knowing how bad you have been on offense today. You would take a 6-0 going into halftime.
I definitely would, because now it gives me a little bit more.
Oh,
Bad snap.
Cooper
Cooper Ryder is hit. Ball's on the ground. Recovered by the Broncos.
hey man, there has to be some type of penalty for going at a player's knee intentionally. It looked like he wanted that punter's knees right there.
Now that's a great assessment. However, in the scramble of things, is it really intentional?
From my point of view, that looked like he attacked his knees. As a person, you know what happened to my knees.
You do. I do remember what happened to your knee, so the PTSD is kicked up, so I completely understand.
You heard the ooh when I saw him jump to his knee. You heard the ooh. I was like, PTSD came running right back.
Understood. I understand. So 1st and 10 Cobras, Broncos. 1st and 10 Broncos. Ball spotted on the Cobra 27. He keeps it, and he is hit, and then brought down after a gain of what looks like 2. 2nd down and 8.
From the Cobras here, I'm going to try to rip at this football. It can't hurt you trying to rip at it, but it looks like from that first play, the Broncos are comfortable in this field position to kick the football with running the ball right there and running the clock out. So like they're comfortable with their kicker in this far.
Keep in mind, their kicker is on the field at running back in Will Shropshire, so this is not beyond an idea that they probably have played around with. Throws, caught. Is that enough for a 1st down? It looks like it is. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 15.
With the college football rules with this, they're stopping the clock after the 1st down.
35-35, no contest. And we're going to have a timeout. 29 seconds left here in the 1st half. Broncos with a 6-0 lead.
I believe that would be a Broncos timeout, given that they have the ball, so both teams at 1. Again, Broncos playing with house money. They have 1 timeout left. Their kicker is on the field in Will Shropshire, who also plays running back. So 1st and 10, ball at the 15. Broncos can get a 1st down at the 5. Duval at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands off to Will. Will cuts it up, gets some room, runs over he's still on his feet. He may get in the end zone. He's just short. He's going to bring brought down at the 1.
That man looked like Marshawn Lynch on that play. He was breaking tackle after tackle, rumbling after rumbling, all the way down to the 1-yard line. What a run right there by Will.
For those that don't know,
they call another timeout to stop the clock at 20 seconds. This is not what you wanted if you was a Cobra coaching staff.
And that is I believe that by our count, that is the Broncos' last timeout. But again, playing with house money, that was a smart play. You run it just in case you get a stop, and then maybe kick the field goal if there's enough time. But I got a feeling the Broncos are going to take at least 1 shot at the end zone with 20 seconds to go. 1, maybe 2.
If I'm the Broncos right here, I'm not going to throw the ball. I'm running the ball, honestly. I'm going to run the ball. You have no timeouts left, 20 seconds. This is 1st down. If you run the ball, the run game has been working. It's 1 yard. If you don't get it, you can hurry up and spike it. It'll be 2nd down. You can throw the ball on 2nd, whatever, or you can kick the field goal.
We have not seen Will kick a field goal in quite some time. That's not to say he can't. The first extra point was missed. They put pressure on him.
It looks like they might just be running the ball right here.
Pistol formation, heavy pistol formation for the Broncos. Berkey.
He's not going to get it. He is not going to get it. That defensive line stalled them immediately at the line of scrimmage. Wow, that defensive line is good.
And 10 seconds to go.
And they're not going to get that off, I don't think. I don't think he's not going to get that. And he does. There is 1 second
He spikes it,
left.
but is there enough time on the
I
clock?
think he got 1 second. I saw 1 second after the spike, but we're gonna see what the officials call. Looks like they're gonna call it halftime.
Body language says halftime.
Wow, what a disaster for the Broncos on that last play.
As you're right, as they left points on the board.
If you're the Cobras, you are so happy. But it looks like the Cobras are running to the half court. To halftime. They're saying, no, there is no time left. We are not playing no more football to the second half.
With that, we will take a quick halftime break too. You're watching Broncos, Cobras, battle for Cleveland. We'll be right back with the second half here on the 216 Sports Network.
I thought that was because I looked at the snap. He spiked it and I looked
right. Still here at halftime. However, we will take a look at halftime stats. Not much to talk about, but as we can see, score is 6-0 in favor of the Broncos. I have to correct that. The Wolfpack was last week. So I do apologize for that. But, again, nevertheless, score 6-0 in favor of the Broncos. No rushing touchdowns, one passing touchdown due to Stuvall for the Broncos getting it in on a busted play. And that is it. No turnovers to speak of. Actually, there is a turnover to speak of. And the Broncos gave it away.
But that is talking about last play of the game of the second, not of the game, I'm sorry, the last play of the last half. That is big, really big for the Cobras, because if the Broncos were able to put even 3 points on the board and make it a 2-possession game, let alone a touchdown, they'll be getting this ball back in the second half and to put more points. So that was big on this game right now. Let's see if the Cobras, what they can do with that mishap for the Broncos at the end of the quarter.
And again, 6-0 in favor of the Broncos. Broncos will start the second half with the ball. Ben Lyons will be the kicker. One returner for the Broncos. We are underway. Second half. Takes a bounce, and it goes out of bounds. And that'll be an illegal procedure penalty against the Cobras. And it looks like Marquello will start the second half at quarterback.
This is something me and you was talking about before the game. It looks like the Broncos had a tendency of playing two quarterbacks. That's their style of gameplay, and it has been working for them this year as they are 2-0, looking to start 3-0. I'm pretty sure, looking 2-0, and they're looking to start the season 3-0.
So here we go, 1st and 10. Sewell takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. He might want to get rid of it. Stiff arms a man, and he's sacked. What a sack for the Cobras defense.
2nd and 30 now for the Broncos. Hodges on the tackle.
Loss of 30. Excuse me, a loss of 20. It'll be 2nd down and 30.
Looks like the Cobras coaching staff said, we like the pressure we're getting that quarterback. Let's double down on that, and let's start setting blitzes early off in this second half. I like that from the Cobras right there. They see that they're throwing the ball a lot, and they're facing a team where a quarterback is holding on to the ball way too long, and the Cobras are capitalizing on that, sending pressure.
I have to agree with that, because why wouldn't you at that point? Takes the snap, hands it off. Hit again. And Will is fighting his way, but he's going to lose more yards.
And I believe that was going to be D. Williams on the initial contact. And it's going to be 3rd and forever.
Cobra's defense picking up where they left off in that first half right there. Great defensive line, man. They keep getting back there. They're sending pressure, and they're letting their offensive line have it.
I think this is a game plan that we were not expecting from the Cobras, And now we're seeing a different look.
Down now. Quarterback position. Back to pass.
Drops back.
Plenty of time. Now under pressure.
He might want to get rid of it.
He's going to miss him. And
He
he'll
throws.
downfield, and it's gonna be
And it falls incomplete.
of his intended receiver.
That's one of them plays where holding on to it almost worked. It almost didn't.
Just beyond
If he got his foot tripped right there, that would have been a safety and really big. But then again, that's the play you want your receiver to get the ball to too. A little bit too far on the throw, but you want your receiver to get out there because I feel like he's fast enough to get that ball.
Yeah, it brings up 4th down and forever. They have to punt it, or else they'll be looking at the shadow of their own end zone playing defense.
This is big for the Cobras right here, especially the way that first half ended for the Broncos on the 1 yard goal line. This is an opportunity for the Cobras to put points on the board. Cobras defense, not surprisingly by the way they're playing this game, is going to be the factor of how they're going to put points on this board. The offense has to do something here.
You actually might be right. If the Cobras offense cannot get it together, this is a situation where the defense, which they have done before, is going to have to stand in and make a play. So Will Shropshire will be the punter for the Broncos. Snap, punts away.
He caught it. That's holding.
It goes right to Knight. Knight takes off. He's got some room down the sideline. Great return.
I'll probably decline that penalty. But that play was going to get blocked right there.
And there is a flag on the play.
The edge rusher for the Cobras right there was all on that. He was going to block that without that being held right there. He held on him for dear life. And if I'm the Broncos right there, I'm happy that he held on to him right there because that play would have been blocked and potentially put points on the board for the Cobras. So that is actually better than that for the Broncos.
We'll see what they do with the penalty. We'll keep our indicator up. However, it is 1st and 10. Well, they give it to the Cobras on the 28. Again, we are live here from Stefanski Stadium on the campus of Cleveland Central Catholic High School.
Shotgun. Forward now to his right hip. Receivers to each side. They're working the right hash mark. Working left to right.
Thompson takes the snap, drops back. He looks, throws over the middle. Got him, man. Knocked away at the last second. Incomplete.
Looks like that'll be another drop. I don't know about that being completely knocked away. The ball looked like it went right through the receiver's hands again. And this is a rough day for the Cobras receiving crew right there, right here. Still looking to hold some balls in right now.
That's going to be something they have to correct moving forward in this game, not just for the rest of the season, in this game particular.
It's hurting them really bad in this game. There's been a lot of points on the board. There's been a lot of possessions that have been stalled out to drop passes. This is not a great day for the receiving core for the Cleveland Cobras.
Not only that, you have great field position right here. You have to capitalize. Thompson throws deep. It's intercepted.
And we're going to say he was out of bounds. And the line judge says inbounds. So
they call it interception, so it is a touchback.
It did look like he did get one of his feet inbounds from my eye of view.
So the Broncos get the ball back. First official defensive turnover of the game. We had a turnover on the kickoff. Excuse me, a punt.
And if you're the Cleveland Cobras defense, you are saying to your offense, what do I have to do to help you guys even more at this point? Their defense is playing outstanding besides that one broken play right there. And yeah, this is very unfortunate for the Cobras because if you look at this game as a Cobras, And I know that they will after this game. They're gonna look back at this. If they can't fix what's going on, they're gonna look back at this and be like, we could have beat this team by a couple touchdowns if we can do the X, Y, and Z more correctly.
And I have to agree with that sentiment because now we're looking at a situation where if you're the Cobras, if you don't do something offensively and you're down 2 touchdowns, this game essentially is over because it's been all defense for both sides. First and 10 for the Broncos.
Receivers inside for the Broncos. They're trying to work it off the left side. Quarterback keeper. And Stubble heads at the sideline.
Stubble heads out of bounds. Gets about 3.
That Cobras defense is attacking right now. They're trying to come after him.
Both sides. 27 to 23, 48 left fourth quarter. Second United Bowl. Played in DC.
Gotta imagine the frustration though for the Cobras offense.
29 to go here, third quarter. Empty backfield.
Throws.
Fires, and he's gonna,
Almost intercepted. Gonna be 3rd down and 7.
I think that's gonna be Christmas.
That pass sailed right over his head, and that was almost picked off. Cobras defense is still playing outstanding right now.
Cam McCauley's gonna want that one back. He's gonna wish he held on to that.
These are folks listening in on the Cleveland Cobras page. Shout out to Todd Mitchell. Cleveland Cobras. Listening in. People bringing the play from the sideline. 3rd and 7, 23 for the Broncos. 9:58 to go here, third quarter. 6-0 lead. So 2 by 2. Ball in the shotgun. Running back to his right.
3rd down. Can the Broncos convert? Drops back.
Under pressure.
Under pressure, looks, throws it deep.
Shuts it downfield, and it's going to be
Almost intercepted.
And knocked away.
That's great defense by the Cobras right there, knocking that ball away. And man, it looks like no one on this Cobras team can catch a ball. But I don't expect the defense to be catching the ball because that's why they're out there. But it just looks like there's no one on this team that can hold a ball in that is 10 yards or more air time.
You know what? That assessment is great and it is on point because what we're seeing is left out plays or plays that are left on the field that should have been made. And if you're the Cobras coaching staff, even with the situation being the way it is, what do you do to fix a problem that you didn't have before today's game?
You got to take that up with the offense. You can't be mad at your defender doing that. You can just do more defensive, air drills with the defense, but nonetheless, that is a good defensive pass breakup. But the offense, that's inexcusable. You're the receiver. You're out there to catch the ball. Oh, that is bad.
It's headed towards the end zone.
And that's going to be a touchdown.
Can it be?
There's a
Cobras
touchdown.
recover in the end zone. Touchdown.
Who is it that has the ball? And that's going to be D. Williams, the first-year Cobra from Warren.
Excuse me, D. Williams.
Recovery in the end zone.
We apologize for the scoreboard and the excitement. And now we're looking at a tie game. Bad snap, goes into the end zone.
And before the game, you was talking about defense, but it looks like the deciding factor in this game might be special teams. We talk about this all the time, all last year with this pro advancement football. The special teams usually be the deciding factors in games. The Broncos right now look good all around this game. Special teams just made this game a tied game, potentially having them be down in this game by 1 point.
6-6 is your score. Lines will come on for the extra point. Joe Barico will hold.
8:57 here in the third.
And Coach Adam Rogerson wants a timeout here. 8:57 to go here. Cobras will take a
And the
timeout.
Cobras, interestingly, call a timeout. They're down to 2.
We're going to have 2 for the rest of the game. Early in the third quarter.
Oh, you are the man.
Actually, thank my lady.
The biggest extra point in history coming up.
As you heard our brother over at Western Reserve Digital Radio, Jim Craven, say the biggest extra point, he is not far beyond wrong, because this is
Joe Perico,
essentially
Ben Lyons
the
coming
tie game or the game winner if nothing else happens in this game.
This is very big.
We get ready for the extra point.
Perico, the defensive lineman, on the hole.
Snap.
Snap a little wildly.
Kick.
That is good.
And it is good.
57 left here, third quarter. Cleveland takes the 7.
Cleveland Cobras take the lead of this game. First lead for these guys this game. This is really big. Especially the way how this Cobras defense have been playing. I know this Cobras defense is really hyped after that PAT, sending them in the lead for this 1-point lead, because like you just stated, if nothing else happens in this game, the Cobras are going to win from a bad snap. And that is big because the Cobras defense have been playing great. Let's see if the Cobras defense can hold them to 0 the rest of this game. That would be an insane way to win a football game.
Honestly, I'm thinking now that this might be a momentum swing because of that bad snap and the special team / defense doing the work. So now we're looking at 7-6, 8:57 to go here in the third quarter. Is there a shift in momentum as we watch the rest of this game? In Lions, set to kick. Kick.
Was it be out of bounds again?
And I don't think that that's a bad idea. Give them the field position rather than risk a return, as we know.
I was about to say, it looks like he's purposely kicking the ball out of bounds. The way he kicked it, it honestly looks like he meant to kick that ball out of bounds.
And as we know, both teams have great return men, and I have to believe that that is a strategy right now.
I think that's a strategy. It did not look like he even attempted to kick the ball downfield. It looked like he was told to kick it as far as you can out of bounds. Deep as you can out of bounds.
Wouldn't be surprising. Knowing the way that we know both teams, I could see that being part of the strategy at the moment. Oh, we move the ball up to the 40. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. 4 wide receivers. 3 to the top of your screen. Shropshire moves.
We're going to get a whistle. But Adam Rogerson was out on the field. I don't know if that's why they blew the whistle.
Takes the snap, drops back, he looks. Under pressure, hit, throws it up.
Launches it up like a punt. And it's going to be tipped and incomplete.
Knocked away, incomplete.
Pressure by that
that pressure for the Cobras is getting to him, and I'm gonna keep gambling on that because if you're the Cobras, you know that is a bad decision for the quarterback right there for the Broncos. Just because you got pressure, you do not want to throw the ball up in the air like that. That was 3-on-1. You want to throw the ball away there. You're lucky that this Cobra team, as nice as I can put it, can't catch the football.
You know what? For
He
the
is-
sake of discussion, you are absolutely right. But here's my question, and here's my fear at the same time. What happens if that goes up again and it happens? How do you, as the Broncos receiver, react? Or even as a Broncos player?
On the defensive end, you got to say, I got ball, I got ball. They all ran to each other at once. You got to yell and identify who was going for the pick there. None of them identified.
Will gets it, and he's hit after maybe 2 yards, but they're pushing the pile forward.
Go forward to the 45. We'll see where they're going to mark it at.
It'll be 3rd down, but we'll see how many yards it has to go before we spot it.
Plays. 7 now. For the Broncos. Lightfoot at the nose position.
I'm going to say 3rd down and about
Leading with that front
6.
line rotation. One just as good as the other. Corny in there as well. On field, and there's the linebacker. Shotgun Shropshire to his left, and all kinds of movement up front. No snap, so they're going to let that one go. Hand up to Shropshire. He'll work to the far side and get pushed out of bounds near the Cleveland sideline.
And
He
fumbled.
loses the ball. Cobras pick it up. No whistle.
And is this going to be a touchdown?
It's a
Cleveland
touchdown.
scores on their second fumble
Bingo,
recovery
like I
of the
was
quarter.
saying, this Cobras defense, it was looking like they was going to score the ball, and they needed to. And that right there is a big play for the Cobras defense. Cobras defense is saying, offense, if you're not going to do it, we dang sure will, because we are part of this football team. We want to win. Wow, this Cobras defense is so impressive today. So impressive.
We did not hear a whistle. We did see the signal.
13-6 is your score.
So as it stands right here, right now, 13-6.
I don't see anything else telling us otherwise.
I got to agree with Jim. Didn't hear a whistle, no flag, no nothing. Will got pushed, and then the ball came out.
7 to go here, third quarter.
He pushed him so hard, he went 3 yards backwards and dropped the
Scored
ball.
twice.
That is a crazy type of tackle.
I'd never seen that before. A push to a fumble. That was a strong push. He pushed him 3 yards back and he fumbled, man. What a strong dude right there.
The extra point.
As we await the extra point,
This is crucial because then if they
Under 7.5 to
make
play
this,
here,
then they need a 2-point conversion to tie the game up.
waiting for the snap. He'll check with Lions. High snap. He'll get it down.
Blocked.
This one's going to
it's
be
blocked. And in the end zone,
7:27 to go here, third quarter.
it is a no good 2-point conversion. 7:27 to go.
Screws are rigged.
13-6 is our score.
I gotta give you credit, Mel. You said it last possession. You said you thought that bad snap would have turned momentum, and that sure did. That gave the defense even more momentum to make a play right there. This Cobras defense has been very impressive throughout this game.
This is going to be the tell-all. Again, this is going to be the tell-all of what happens in the fourth quarter. We've seen the momentum change already. However, the Broncos are not a team to just go away quietly. So this drive is going to be very important for this in the sense of, can they bounce back from 2 disastrous plays?
Cobras take 13-6 lead. They get the fumble return. Yards.
Ben Lions on for the kick.
A minute 30 seconds later. Hodges. 42.
Kicks away.
Gonna let him return this one.
One down. This one will be returned.
This one is returnable.
Yard line. Brought out to the 15, 20, and head back in the wrong direction, head towards the Broncos sideline, and pushed out of bounds near the 25-yard line.
And the Cobras return team
About first and 10, 7:15 to go.
does their job.
Cobras with a 13-6 lead.
This is where the
To the break.
Broncos will start their drive, 1st and 10. Little frustration building up
Matchup here. Broncos and
for both teams.
That is very understandable because a lot of frustrating plays is the reason why they're losing this game now. A lot of frustrating plays. This is all mainly the Broncos' fault. They allowed the Cobras to get back in. The Cobras, all they did was capitalize, and you got to give nothing but credit to the Cobras for capitalizing on their mishaps.
As they should. As they should.
But like you said, frustrating is building up, and you know why frustrating building up is simply because there are a lot of frustrating plays that gave this Cobras 13 points. And if you're gonna make bad decisions, you can't be surprised when a good team capitalizes on the mistakes.
2-by-2 with the receiver.
But to be fair to the Broncos, they are a championship team. So don't be surprised. They remember in the championship game, they came back down 2 touchdowns and won the game, scoring the game-winning touchdown. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility.
To the left, forced two ball.
But we still got a lot of football left to play.
7:15 to go here, third quarter. 13-6 is your score. Cobras with the lead.
Takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure. Hit.
Complete
It is caught.
This one may be coming back.
He's getting some room.
I think it's like he's coming back.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
Or he might have jumped.
We'll see what the flag is.
Looks like the quarterback for the Broncos is holding his hand. Looks like his hand might have got hit on that play. That is not something good. Looks like he's dead arming that arm. That is not something you want to see.
Decline it. And no, it is coming back.
That play is coming
So I
back.
believe that's going to be an illegal motion they had. 7:08 to go here, third quarter. False start. They would have stopped the play. However, the illegal motion, they will let it go. So the play comes to its own conclusion.
So the play is against the
All right.
Broncos.
Mark the ball back. Back to 22. 7:08 to go here, third quarter. Cobras 13, Broncos 6. Enough to remember just a few moments ago, Cobras 6-0 deficit. Wallace, the Cobra, Cleveland Cobra at running back now for the Broncos. Lightfoot at that nose position, rotation. For the Broncos defense. Just as good as the next one.
Look at some problems with the chains. They called a penalty, so it ought to be 1st and 10 again.
As we get a quick score update from downtown Cleveland, the Guardians beat the Tigers 3-1.
At the quarterback position, the ball came out. Looked like he pulled a hand. Banged up. See if he makes his way back.
Something's going on with the
Aaron
chains.
Wallace played some quarterback for the Cobras last
A
year.
1st and 15 situation.
Call it from the home team. 7:08 to go here, third quarter. Wallace with the snap.
Hands it off.
He'll give this one to
Shropshire
Shropshire.
tries to go around the edge. He does get the edge. And then he is wrapped up and dragged out of bounds.
Oh, and there's some stuff going on the Cobra sideline right there. A nice play right there. So first down, able to get look like he got like 8 yards in that first down carry.
He got close to a first down, so we'll see where the spot is. Gets about 7, so it'll be a 2nd down and 3.
Let's see what we're doing with the change. But 2nd and 4 now. On the Bronco 32-yard line. Cobras with 13-6. Receivers 2-by-2 also remain at the quarterback position. Seven-man motion from left to right. High motion now. Give this one. Try to find room up the middle.
Gives it up.
And hemmed up in the backfield.
He's hit, and he's brought down.
Edwards,
He may get 1. 3rd down and 2.
Will continue to run with 5:40 to go here in the 3rd frame. 6-year score. Cobras with the lead. Cobras scoring on special teams and defensively.
Get some score updates. The Cuyahoga Falls Rapids up big over the Steel City Bobcats, 35-6. Rapids are on a tear this year.
Also, remain at the quarterback position. 3rd and 2, 33. Up from the right hash mark. Working right to left on your network app devices.
Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws.
That's going to be caught.
It is caught.
4-yard line.
He's still on his feet. Can he get more yards? He does, and he gets to the Cobra 40. And that will be a 1st and 10.
Your 3rd quarter. Caught by Asian Burt.
Asian Burt, veteran of this level and a veteran of the Broncos receiving corps. He is not one to go down. He's going to go down swinging.
Have to go. Your 3rd quarter. Wallace at the quarterback position.
Now, Broncos trying to get some of that momentum back that they lost. Takes the snap, hands it off, hitting the backfield. The run game not very successful for the Broncos so far.
We haven't seen him going back to that last play that got from Asian Burt right there. That is a player you want to get going who averages 23 yards per game. And right there, I think he got that 23 yards plus right there. That you want to get your receivers going in this game. That was a nice pass up the middle, and he got some yards upfield. That is good.
What's that?
Who called the timeout? Who called the timeout?
We just started going to the sideline.
And there is a timeout on the field, but I'm going to assume that it's a hydration break. We have seen this. We saw this last night in the World Cup where the U.S. and Paraguay were going at it, and they did take a few hydration breaks as we are playing through the summer here in the U.S. and in North America. Rapids up 35-6 on
.3 left here, 3rd quarter. Broncos with the ball, 2nd and 13 at the Cobra 43-yard line. Cobras, however, with the 13-6 lead. No touchdowns coming by way of a fumble recovery on a punt attempt by the Broncos.
And we are back after the hydration break.
Shropshire.
Cobras still lead 13-6, but the Broncos are driving.
The quarterback for the Broncos.
Takes the snap. He's under pressure. Hit and sacked.
Nowhere to go.
This Cobra's defensive line is killing it today, and they're the main factors in this game of why the Broncos have 6 points. You can see that this Broncos team can make explosive plays. They have made explosive plays in this game, but this defensive line is holding them up right there. Another great play for the Cleveland Cobras, who have been impressive all game long.
This brings up 3rd down and 16.
For the home team. Claim to listen in on the Cleveland Cobras Facebook page.
Again, we'd like to thank you guys at home for watching on a tri-platform broadcast. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter,
What happens?
or X's if you know it.
You have to tell me. We'll speculate and we'll make it up as we go along. All right.
Takes the snap, drops back. He is under pressure. He might want to get rid of it. He does. Intercepted!
Picked off by Cleveland. Excuse me.
Look, he loses the ball, and the Broncos look like they recover.
And
They're going to say he's down.
What a play. As a color commentator, a whole lot happened on that play right there. A nice read from the safety on there. A nice pick, and then got laid out from under his feet.
I believe the Broncos recovered.
take a look at our replay.
Looks like Deshaun Johnson, saying that it's Cobras ball, but we've got no signal from the officials. I don't know if the officials even know we're up here. 2:59 to go here.
Looking at that replay, that was a nice hit. And usually when you get hit a little above your knees into your waist, for some reason, as a football player where I used to play, the ball just drops out. And that was a nice place hit right there for the ball to come out. And if you're the Cobras, you finally get a catch.
It was a nice sequence as we get the injured player off the field. It was a nice sequence altogether. Great interception, great break on the ball, great hit. It's just unfortunate we have to get the injury, but realistically, as it stands right now, it's Cobra's ball.
If you're the Cobras coaching staff, and especially the defensive coach, you want to tell the players, if you pick that ball off, get down. This is a close game. This game is still in reach. We want to get the ball back to our offense and run this clock out. We're winning this game, and our offense is not doing that good. Let's not make mistakes by minimizing the mistakes. If we get a pick, if you can make a big play, cool. It looks like, it wasn't a fumble.
Referee said he was down.
Oh, wow.
When we saw the replay, it looked like the ball came out prematurely.
Yeah.
However, call on the field stands. Takes the snap. Drops back, throws. Tipped, incomplete.
And right there, I looked at the receiver right there. He looked at the cornerback right there. That's a case of looking without getting the ball. He was looking upfield. He saw the defensive back, and I think he got nervous right there, seeing that defender right there.
Final from Brookfield. 21-6 win over the Youngstown Patricians. Waiting for the snap. In the pistol. And it'll be an option.
Fakes the option. Takes a hit. He keeps it.
Not the prettiest run you'll ever see, but
Thompson not one to be on his feet as a runner.
It was good that he didn't pitch that out because the end right there for the Broncos was waiting for him to pitch that out. He had no other option but to run that. If I'm the coach's staff, I do not want to see him.
Well, they know he's not going to run.
Ball.
At this stage of the game in his career, we know Thompson's not one to run very often. So if you are the Broncos, yes, you're going to make him keep it because
Of course, but that's not a play you want to be calling as an option with Thompson right there.
Very true. Very
you
true.
Want to keep him in that pocket, making the right decisions. He's making pretty good decisions ever since that
Third-
first couple bad passes.
Third down and 5. Yeah, I agree. Third down and 5. Pistol formation. Takes the snap. Drops back. Throws it short. It is caught. He gets the first down, and that is where he will be put down.
And that right there, there's a flag on the field. But that right there is where Thompson thrives in a short game, throwing a dime and making a good decision. Another good decision by Thompson right there, hitting that short route to get a first down. Looks like that would be on the Broncos.
It was a first down. And now with the penalty, it is a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Broncos. That is another 15 added on to the catch. And the spot. And the Cobras are now in plus territory.
Man, after that bad snap, this game has flipped upside down, and the Broncos is looking to hold the Cobras into making this a two-possession game. What a turn of events, and maybe not even from the start, maybe from the last play of the first half where the turn of events really started.
I agree. Now, the Cobras have made it a point to essentially Hundley gets a few and then goes down quickly. gets 1 or 2 on the play, it'll be second down.
Second. No, second and 10. 25 seconds left here. We'll see.
They give him about 2nd and 8.
Take us to the fourth quarter. Looks like that is. Cobras going to come back out.
Cobras break the huddle. Thought they were going to take the quarter.
Boyd. And huddling. Twin receivers.
That's what they just do.
Formation. Thompson gets step up to the line. Makes an
Oh, they're
adjustment.
saying no snap on the sideline. They will take this into the fourth quarter.
Let this one run down. 3 quarters in the books.
And Cobras heading to the sideline as our clock catches up with the stadium clock.
Here on Western Reserve Radio.
We hit all zeros in the third quarter. 3 down, 1 to go. In the battle for Cleveland, Cobras lead 13-6. We'll switch sides of the field and be right back. You are watching the battle for Cleveland. Cobras, Broncos here on the 216 Sports Network.
Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs and any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303.
You can go out there and look around. Like,
Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs and any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303.
Fourth quarter. And we will get it started here. Ball spotted inside the Broncos 35.
Cobras all at the Bronco 32-yard line. Thompson in pistol formation. Movement up front. We'll get a whistle.
Movement. Is it on the Broncos or the Cobras?
Going to assess this penalty too.
And by body language and the way the referee is walking, it is against the Broncos. So now Broncos having problems with penalties.
yeah, Thompson, the whole game has been very effective with that hard count. And like you said, they have built up frustration. That built up frustration has showed with a lack of discipline from that built up frustration. And now they're not being disciplined again, jumping off sides from Thompson's hard counts.
Second down and about 3. Actually, you're going to say 4.
Twin receiver to the left, single receiver to the far side. Hard count.
Takes the snap, hands it off.
Hand this one off, up the middle.
Powell being pushed forward.
Test that line.
Brings up third down. He'll get about 2.
Carry.
So it's another third down and 2. It's very manageable.
45 left here in the fourth quarter. If you're just joining us, Cobras with 13.
Can the Cobras keep the drive alive? I think if the Cobras keep the drive alive, this will suck a lot of air out of that Broncos sideline.
Turn. Mikey Williams. 13-6 lead. Ben Lyons did not convert on the second extra point. Back into shotgun. And actually in a whole
Fakes the pitch. And he gets close to the first down. It'll be a 4th down and 1.
Tried that read option again with Thompson. I don't know if you want to keep running Thompson on these replays. I want to keep my quarterback healthy in these positions right here and go to what he's best at. What he's best at is making decisions with these routes, these short routes, and he's making good decisions. Let's keep doing that.
Cobras call another timeout. They have 1 left. I have to say this. Just knowing the Cobras offense, I have never been a fan of the read option just because it's too much of a risk when your quarterback is not as mobile as he used to be.
It's like running a read option with like Tom Brady or something. Like,
Now
not
don't
saying
get,
he's Tom Brady or anything like that, but what he's best at is making decisions and throwing it to these short routes. Not saying he can't make the deep ball. We seen it earlier in the game. He is able to make the deep ball, which it wasn't caught, but nonetheless, you want to keep wanting Thompson to make good decisions and not those good decisions by running the ball.
now don't get me wrong. As I said, with a different quarterback, yes. But with Thompson, it's too much of a risk. 4th down and 1, heavy set pistol formation for the Cobras.
That position, Huntley will be behind that pistol formation. 13:52 to go here in the game. Cobras with a 13-6 lead. Receiver to the left, single receiver to the far side. Thompson with the hard count. Trying to draw him off if he can.
Takes a snap, hands it off.
Hands it off to 4.
Does he get it? They're pushing the pile.
And it looks like the head linesman stepped a little bit to his right.
Don't know he got that first down.
And they're going to say,
They're saying no first
no,
down.
he's short.
And he does not get it, so the Broncos get a turnover on downs.
With the way their kicker has been kicking, do you think that you at least give him a chance to kick that right there?
To be honest, I might. But we have not seen his range outside of 40 yards, so this is a question we will not get answered today.
Might need him later on in the game for that, so that would have been a good tester right there, especially the way your defense has been playing. It couldn't really hurt you. Let's say he missed that field goal. I mean, the worst that could happen is a block, obviously, but if you would have known if he's able to make that kick right there, that would have been a good chance to see how your kicker is right there, honestly. But nonetheless, defense has been playing good. They looked at it as, oh, if we don't get this 1 yard, our defense is playing good. So that's kind of not a bad. It's not really a bad decision, knowing the fact that the kick could get blocked and returned. So I'm not mad at the decision. That's a great decision because it was not like it was 4th and 5, 4th and 10, or nothing like that. It was 4th and 1. And the way your team has been playing, you would believe you're able to get that first down. But let's see if this Cobra defense can keep holding up in this game.
1st and 10, Broncos.
Quarterback position, drop shot. Will be on his left hip. Twin receivers to his left, the short side of the field. Single receiver to the near side for the Broncos.
Takes the snap, drops back. He's looking to throw, throws it deep,
Looking down the sideline, it's going to be thrown.
and he throws it out of bounds, incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Good coverage there. Good one-on-one coverage there for the Cobra defense right there, number 13.
Played as the Broncos become the Cleveland Broncos, so a bit different from the billing last year.
Brings up 2nd down and 10.
With their merger with the Cleveland Rams. 2nd and 10. For the Broncos. Email for setting us up here up in the press box here. Lots of coverage here for this one. Bigger games in the PAFL.
And this, as I failed to mention earlier, but I should have, this is the PAFL's game of the week,
Detroit Ravens game, maybe they're taking a shot.
unofficially.
It looks like it's going down to be the game of the week, honestly, for the whole PFL.
And we apologize to the Broncos listeners here, but it's Anderson. Shropshire to his right. Receivers to each side. Some confusion here.
4 wide receivers for the Broncos.
Finally, don't get set.
Takes the snap, drops back, he looks, throws it over the middle,
A little bit
and that
behind
one
him.
falls incomplete as well. They'll bring up 3rd down.
Go here in the game. 13-6 lead.
I think that defensive line is making the coaching staff a little hesitant to want to run the ball. I have not seen that much running from the Broncos here as recent. And they have been struggling a little bit with that pass game. There have been some open receivers, but they have not been able to connect with those receivers.
And a lot of that has played into part of the defensive line of the
Yes,
Cobras,
yes.
which we knew going into this
And
game.
as a former quarterback, when the defensive line is getting to you that much, it makes you think again when to throw the ball. It makes you rush sometimes, you know what I mean? It makes you try to rush and get the ball out. It makes you think a little more. So that is something to also think about.
3rd down and 10.
12:07 to go here in the game.
Takes the snap, drops back the pass. He rolls out, tries to throw it, throws it out. It is in and out of the hands of the receiver, incomplete, brings up 4th down. And this Cobras defense so far here in the 4th quarter showing up.
As I was saying, right before that play, that defensive line gets the quarterback hesitant. If you watch that last play closely, the quarterback pump faked and hesitated and threw the ball. And the receiver for the Broncos did not look like he even wanted to catch the ball because he knew that play was going nowhere. He saw the defense right in front of his face. And that's a frustrating play for the Broncos, honestly.
It is, but it's still a play that has to be made. You're down 13-6. You need all the momentum offensively that you can get here in the second half. So as a former receiver, as a former DB, I'm torn between, do you make the hit or do you just let it go after it hits the receiver's hands, because it's crunch time now.
You're winning this game. You don't want any bad penalties. Besides that one broken play, this Cobras defense has been flawless, and I mean flawless.
Kicks it up. It's high. The wind takes that one. And it'll take a Cobra bounce. And this is great field position for the Cobras.
It really is, and it gets you time to run the clock, too. You don't really have to advance the ball downfield for real. If you're able to run the clock, if you're the Cobras here, you want to take at least 5 minutes of game time right here to make this. If they take 5 minutes of game time off right here, that's essentially giving the Broncos one more possession in this game, unless they score quickly. So, with that being said, this is huge for the Cobras right here. Huge possession. Almost can honestly win the game with this possession if they're able to run some time off and put some points on this board.
Honestly, if I'm the Cobras, I'm going for the score. You make this a 2-score game, and you cut the vein.
A field goal makes it a 2-score game, too.
I don't trust a field goal, knowing that you can always go for 2.
Of course.
I'm going for the jugular. I need a touchdown, because what bigger statement do you make
Essentially win this game with 11 minutes left.
than essentially to knock off the defending 2A champ, who jumped up to 3A, by the way.
Looks like the coaching staff for the Broncos and the referees are having some problems. They're showing them something on their phone. I don't know if it was a play they have a video of, rules or something. Looks like the coaching staff for the Broncos is not happy of what just happened.
1st and 10 Cobra. We have no say in that, but 1st and 10 Cobras. Thompson takes the snap, hands it off. He goes right up the middle. Still got some room. Couple juke moves, and then he goes out of bounds.
That'll be a 9-yard carry right there. If you're the Broncos, they're looking like they're about to blow this thing open.
10:45 and running. 2nd down and 1. Thompson hands it off again. He goes right up the middle again, and then dragged by the leg, but he gets the 1st down. So far, Jacob, you are being spot on with your assessment to take time off the clock and using the running game. This is what they did against the Patriots and the Wolfpack, by the way.
And honestly, I'm going to keep running right there, too, especially if the DN is playing outside containment. I just watched that play. They ran up the middle. The defensive end for the Broncos just stood outside containment. And so you know what that means. You can run up the middle if you're going to stand and contain the outside. And if you saw after that play, he patted his chest saying, I could have got him, my fault. Because he sure could have stopped that run from being that far.
Now you're in a situation where you got to get a turnover if you're the Broncos. And he gets more yards on that play.
And the direct opposite happened that play. He saw what happened last play, and he went bit inside, and the running back just went to the outside and cut to the outside.
Gets 3 on that play.
And this is smart by the from the Cobras right here. They're running the ball. They're running to the right spots. The running backs are doing good, getting to the right spots, and they're running the time. That's most importantly.
Ward goes down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
He's stuffed up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos defensive line's trying to make a statement here.
Third down and 7. Third and 7. Thompson makes the handoff, looks,
He has a man.
throws,
Oh,
intercepted. Broncos still on the move. He's making some moves. He might want to go down to save it. He's going to outrun everybody so far. And then he pushes himself to the 50 and then goes out of bounds.
and that's why you want to run the ball and run the clock out. I think Thompson held onto the ball too long. He saw his receiver waited too long. If he hit him immediately, he would have had the play. He held on it too long, and then he threw it, and the safety bit on it and picked it off. His receiver was open from the jump, and this is why you did not want to throw the ball right there. And the Broncos almost capitalized and scored. Luckily for the Cobras, he is not that conditioned, and he chose to go out of bounds because with better conditioning, he could have scored a touchdown there.
Let's play devil's advocate. I'm not against throwing the ball. However,
I'm not against throwing
a
the ball
short
either.
pass does a lot better than a long pass in that scenario because you get the short pass, you possibly get tackled. Now it's a fourth and short, like the 4th and 1.
I agree.
Better chances than not that you get that.
I agree there, but the shot was open if he threw it earlier. He waited a little too long, decided to throw it, and the safety was there. You have to, if you get your receiver on a fade like that, you have to throw it to him quicker if you know there's a safety back there. And he just waited a little too long.
Well, in that scenario, 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Throws it deep. And there's an interception, but he drops it as he hits the turf. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And that one's going to hurt too. Falling like that, it's probably knocking the wind out of his system right there. Both teams going downfield shots back to back.
And hopefully he's okay.
I just think the wind got knocked out of him. I think he'll be okay. Need to just get a breather under him. I think he'll be fine. I think he just fell on his chest. That happens in football.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. We will step away on the injury and be right back. Battle for Cleveland, Broncos versus Cobras here on the 216 Sports Network. We are back after the injury timeout. Player is up on his own power, getting off the field. We're glad he's okay. However, still 2nd down and 10 for the Broncos.
7:17 left here in the game.
7:17 here to go in the game.
With the ball 2nd and 10 at the Cobra 45-yard line.
Cobras trying to extend their win streak. Both teams actually trying to extend their win streak. Takes the snap, throws the screen pass.
48, right out near the 40, and they'll work their way down.
And he's knocked down.
40 down to the 37.
Looking like the Broncos then got some type of confidence back in this game now.
Up the 1st down.
Indeed they do. And now it's a who's going to make the better play first. It is a 3rd down and 2 for the Broncos.
Shropshire running back in the backfield, to the right. Bronco signal caller. Receivers 2 by 2.
Broncos take the snap. He's under pressure. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th down. Quarterback was chased down from behind.
The yard marks look.
I was just going to say, Cordy was missing, but Ambrose was pointing down in. He had Donovan Morgan. Ian Williams at front 3. Actually, Morgan come out and like Lightfoot. We'll go to the nose. Continue to come up the strength of the Cobras defense.
Heart of the Cobras defense is their defensive line.
We're about at the 5-minute mark of this game. This is a big possession for the Broncos right here.
4th and 1. Takes the snap, hands it off on the jet sweep. Hand in the backfield. Will he get it? He is short.
I'm not the one to come out play calling there, but I don't know about that play call right there. Running an outside sweep on a 4th and 1 right there.
The way Will Shropshire has been running the ball today,
Yes.
my immediate thinking was he was going to get it, and the 1st down was all but sure. But clearly,
I don't know how I feel about running to the edges though with him. He's a running back that fights for yards and is a good hard runner. As we saw at the end of the first half, when he ran uphill and straight, he was bouncing off tackles and making plays. That's a player who I know that Cobra's defensive line is good and they stuff it up the middle, but that is a running back that you should want to trust with getting 1 yards up the field.
that I agree with because, again, the way he's been running the ball, it's been hard to bring him down. He's been running with purpose.
You don't want him going north. You don't want him running to the edges. You want him running straight ahead, and for he can make some plays.
And Will can be and is known to be a straight ahead runner. 1st and 10 Cobras. Takes the snap. Thompson hands it off. Hundley goes right up the middle. 1st down and more, spins, breaks a tackle, and they are in plus territory as Hundley gets the Cobras to the Broncos 40.
Like I was saying, for the Broncos on that 4th down, that is a big play with hitting the 5-minute mark because now the Cobras get to eat and shoot this clock away and has the potential to end the game on offense, honestly, here. If they run this clock management correctly, they can either score some points, but at minimum, end the game with the ball in their hands.
And that would be something to talk about the rest of the week or the rest of the night at least in the world of pro advancement, because you take down the defending champ in a regular season rematch and now you dominate the 4th quarter on offense. Obviously, time of possession this quarter is going to favor the Cobras.
Yes, indeed.
Hands off to Hundley, fake screen pass.
I like these last couple play calls for the Cobras, doing what they do best, at just running the ball and getting to the short yardage, and that works out perfectly in this situation too. Leading the football game by 7 points with 3 minutes on the clock running.
Second down and 6. This is turning out to be everything we expected it to be. For those of you guys just tuning in, gives it to Hundley. Hundley goes right up the middle, squeaks his way, tries to squeak his way through. Blocked up. And now it is 3rd down.
Continuing to run as we approach
I'm going to say third down.
6 is your score. First touchdowns by way of a fumble recovery. That on a punt attempt.
I'm going to say third down and 5.
Big play right here. If they're able to get this, they have the potential to end this game on offense.
Cobra touchdown. 2:22 to go here in the game. Two by two. Thompson now working from the left hash mark. Moving right to left on your devices. I'll hand this one off again. Up the middle.
Hands it to Hundley. Hundley
Mike got it.
is close to a first down. It's going to be a 4th and short.
Now,
Magic here.
what do you do here if you're the coaching staff? Do you kick a field goal or you try to run it?
We're going to have a 2-minute warning. Indeed, we are.
And this is the 2-minute warning. As we'll catch up with
Down when we come back.
the stadium clock. 1:58 to go. 2-minute warning. And there's an injury on the play. Probably some cramping. But we will step away for the 2-minute warning. Battle for Cleveland. Cobras, Broncos, here on the 216 Sports Network.
If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory.
Fourth and inches. Actually, you're going to say a yard.
As Ben Lyons
4th and 1.
come in for a 48-yard field
Looks
goal.
like they're going to make the decision that they didn't make last possession. This is about the same place, honestly, that they were
Well, Ben Lyons, if he can get a good one off here, but
to seal the game.
in the hole, special teams have been rough for both sides today.
Snap.
He'll get
Kick.
through into this one. Is it good? Is it going to be?
He got it!
48-yard field goal by Ben Lyons extends the lead to 16-6.
And it is a 10-point lead now in favor of the Cobras.
What a kick right there by Ben Lyons. What I am
Of the Broncos,
I am impressed.
impressed to say the least. I didn't know if he had enough leg on it, but he had just enough leg, and that from Ben Lyons is telling his coaching staff, if we're in range, let me do it. Because last possession they could have did that exact same thing.
16-6 your score.
Because he had some extra oomph on that ball too. That would have been good for like probably 5 more yards.
And now, 1:53 to go. Your momentum, not even your momentum, your confidence is where it should be
1:53 to go here in the game.
if you're the Cobras. If you're the Broncos, this game is not over.
You would need an onside kick, I would think, unless you score it immediately, because you only have 2 timeouts in this situation. So they don't have 3 to stop the clock 3 times. So they need a quick touchdown and an onside kick.
I have been told, and we have actually seen, the Broncos do have quick score ability.
Broncos still looking confident, dancing on the sideline while being down late in this game. Might have some still confidence that they can win this game late into this game.
48-yard field goal in this one. Gonna head over the head of the returner, picked up at the 6-yard line. Brought up from the Broncos out to the 15. They're trying to bring it to the near sideline. Cut back over the 20.
He's making some moves, still on his feet, and then he is brought down close to the 30-yard line.
Not mad at that right there, trying to make something happen when your offense has been stalemate ever since that first touchdown.
And we have a final as the Rapids destroy the Bobcats 35 to 12.
1:38 to go here in the game.
We get our ticker ready for you guys.
your score. Cobra offense. Put any points
Broncos look like they're having
Some personnel issues.
Yeah,
on special teams and defense.
doesn't look like they have all the players on the field that they need. A lot of frustration. Now they got a player running off the field. This is not what you want to see if you're the Broncos right now. Being down by 10 with a minute 38 left to go in this ball game.
Next week, Cobras will be back at home as they host the Columbus Fire. Even though the Fire had some issues today, takes the snap, drops back. He is under pressure. He takes off, gets some yards, and then hurries out of bounds.
The first time this game I have saw that the Broncos are quarterback able to get outside the pocket and get some yardage on a run, because for the most part of this game, the Broncos defensive line has been not allowing that to happen. Very surprising play, honestly, right there.
Bijan Walker, being the quarterback that he is,
I'm not saying he can't make those plays, but the Cobras defense has not allowed those plays all game.
that is true. That is true. Second down, drops back, loses a shoe, flag on the play, still on his feet, runs into some linemen.
That one looks like it's coming back, though. This was a flag back in the backfield. So, yep, it will.
And it's holding against the Broncos.
A killer in this situation. A killer for the Broncos in this situation. Perhaps a game sealer.
I wouldn't say game sealer
But
just yet.
That right there has been an indication of how this game has been for the Broncos. If you can show one play of what the indication of this game has been ever since that mishaps at the end of the first half, that right there sums it all up of how the Broncos have been.
Second down and 12 due to the penalty.
Quarterback here, receivers 2 by 2. Share to his left hip. So made a motion from left to right.
Now 3 wide receivers. To the bottom of your screen, Walker drops back, looking to run, trying to get what he can, gets past the original line of scrimmage.
Looks like he's looking to run immediately, but the Cobras is not allowing that. They're like, we're not allowing you to run the ball no more this game.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 7.
And they're not calling no timeouts. They're letting this play clock just run. Might be conceding defeat for this game, perhaps, because this is running and they're not even hurrying up. The body language, everything is telling me that they just want to get this thing over with.
16-6 is your score. Cobras with the lead. With academic now, 18 seconds left.
Still, yeah, they look like they're just conceding defeat at this point.
Walker in the backfield.
Snaps it with 7
Takes
seconds.
the snap.
20 seconds.
Under
off the
pressure,
clock.
throws it short. It's knocked down.
One-handed catch.
Tried to make a one-hand catch.
Broncos, and that is going to be it. We're going to
And that'll do it. With 2 seconds left. So we'll put 2 back on the scoreboard.
2 seconds off, but okay. 16-6 is your score. Cobras with the lead. They are 2 seconds away from going undefeated in the PAFL this season.
A game of halves right here, and they will call it.
And that will do it.
Both teams will head to their sideline.
As we get ready for the sportsmanship line, Cobras take the win. Avenge last year's regular season loss.
In conference finals loss?
I mean, you'd have to see him in the conference championship, but 3A and 2A, so two different tiers. But nevertheless,
If you're the Broncos here, you got to be kicking yourself in the foot, because that's all you did this whole game is kick yourself in the foot ever since that first half. the Broncos could have won this game easily.
Very much so.
A lot of bad plays, and all the Cobras did was just capitalize. And you can't be mad when a team capitalizes on your mistakes, because when you make that many mistakes, that's what's going to happen. You're going to lose football games.
You are. Now, for all that it's worth, this game was everything that we thought it was going to be. And for the sake of discussion, how do you bounce back if you are the Broncos?
Simple. You bring your team all together. You have conversations. You figure out the plays that game-changing plays. There was a lot of plays out there that was game-changing plays. In particular, the way they ran that last play in the second half, the bad snap. There's a lot of plays you can pick out that you have to be better on that was game changers. Certain plays where if the end of the first half you're able to score a touchdown there and not mess that timing up and get some points on the board, this game could potentially be in overtime. You like stuff like that, like the bad snap leading to a Cobras touchdown. Like there's a lot of things that you can look at and you can be like, we could have won this football game, but we didn't because what we did. And all the Cobras did was just capitalize on your mistakes.
That's true, and I believe both teams will learn from this game and be better, because tough test coming up for the Cobras next week as they come back home, and they hosted Columbus Fire, a team they know very well, a team that beat them in the last matchup that we saw a couple years ago, and a team that has also won last year's championship in 3A here in the PAFL.
Yeah, and on the flip side for the Cobras, you got to do something about the receivers because you left a lot of points on the field. I feel like we was talking about the Broncos a lot, what they could do better. Now let's talk about the Cobras. They need to lock in on them footballs because they left some points on the board with a couple drops and a couple of them drops was drive killers and ended drives. So besides that, their defense is stellar. That defense is top notch and is a big deal.
Now, realistically, I expected this game to be somewhat of a shootout, knowing both offenses. However, we had to look at the reality and factor in the defenses. So, you being the betting man, did they make the over-under?
Definitely under. 16-6, what is that?
22 points.
22 points, yeah. But even last year, this Cobras defensive line impressed me a little bit, and it shows that like they're even better this year, and that's good. I feel like they made some improvements on the defense last year. I don't know if they're playing a less talented team than we saw last year, but they look like they made some really good improvements.
Both teams are talented. It's just the defense for both teams took over. And now we see. And
you know me, even though I played quarterback, I love defensive games, and this was a great defensive game, especially on the Cobras end. You have, besides that one mishap, you allowed 0 points the whole game. Like that is impressive. Besides that first touchdown in the first quarter, they shut him out, lights out. That's impressive to say the least.
Mind you, you only allowed 6 points, but you held the defending champion scoreless for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
That is big going into next week and moving forward in the rest of the season. Right now, as it stands, you are at the top of the mountain. You took down the defending champ. And this is going to be something talked about the rest of the night. So, looking at the
and the Cobras in like the Broncos defense, give credit to the Broncos defense too. We haven't talked about the Broncos defense. They did not allow 1 touchdown this game.
They did not.
They did not allow 1 touchdown this game. That's why I said the Broncos, this is a game that they lost on their own. And the Cobras, I'm not going to say, give no credit to the Cobras because they took opportunities that the Broncos presented to them. That is on the Broncos there. They didn't allow no touchdowns defensively. That is something big. How do you lose a game 16-6 if the defense didn't allow 1 touchdown? that is something you gotta fix at practice for these upcoming weeks.
So special teams and defense come through for the Cobras because offensively, this is a problem that they have to fix as well. But you are right. The Broncos defense did not allow a touchdown, and that is going to be the other part of the conversation as we move forward because both teams, both defenses showed up, showed out, and now you have work to do going into the rest of the season. So, for Jacob Brown, for Western Reserve Digital Radio, for the Cleveland Broncos, Cleveland Cobras, the PAFL, and the 216 Sports Network, I am Mel Thorpe saying we will see you guys later.